Good morning, guys, from Tbilisi, Georgia. It's a beautiful sunny day, and it's day 2 here. We're headed out to an ancient village called Manavi, where we'll be visiting a very old vineyard and be learning more on how they produce wines, how the whole process is run. So the name of the vineyard and everything, I will tell you more about it as we keep going. So see you soon. So guys, there are 2 apps in Georgia that you can use. One is Bolt. So in case you guys are here and you don't know how to commute, you can probably use these 2 apps to book yourself a cab. And we're off to Manavi. Yeah. So I think Bolt is very convenient. No, it's easy.
The app is super user-friendly.
It's so user-friendly, yeah.
Most of the streets, most of the landmarks could be well recognized.
So Bolt is the one that has food, grocery, everything, right?
Yeah.
So guys, Bolt is more like the Talabat and Noon, not Talabat and Noon, Kareem of Dubai. So you can basically book your rides, get food, grocery, everything. So Bolt is, I think, with the way to go if you're here living a little outside the city where you don't have much access. But otherwise, metro is also quite fun. And it's a little aggressive on you. You kind of feel very, uncomfortable inside. And it takes some time to get used to. So, I mean, up to you. If you're an adventure person, take the metro. But if you want to play it safe, then I think Bolt and Yango are the way to go. Yango, right? What is it? Yango is Dubai. Yandex. Yeah, Yandex. So, Yandex or Bolt is the way to go. After a 1 hour long drive from the hotel, so we've reached Giuaani. This is one of the oldest wineries here. So we go through the gate and you have a traditional building. It says Giuaani Winery. So we're actually here for the wine tour and the whole experience. So oh, there's a proper resort.
It's a family winery, and we also have a hotel. In that building, we have atriums.
You have atriums in this?
Yes, atriums.
Okay. Up there?
Yes.
Okay.
But people who live in Georgia, especially in Kakheti, can also book a pool and...
So it's like they just come for the day, spend time on the pool,
Yes.
have your wine, have your food.
Yes. Like grapes. And here we smash grapes with our feet, of course with the rubber boots. And then from here, grape juice comes here. And
So
then
this is where you transfer the grapes?
yes, this is where we transfer the grapes. And then like 4 people is...
Allowed to
okay.
stamp on it with rubber
Yes,
boots?
Yes.
And this is where the grape juice flows.
Yes, exactly.
And
then
it's collected in a...
Yes, then we take this grape juice and collect for the master classes in like the bottles or in the small tanks, but generally we also store in the qvevris.
Okay.
This is qvevri, and qvevri is our Georgian traditional technology and also clay pot. Clay and also tradition would be more correct. So it's like a tank in the ground and made with the clay. And we started winemaking in Florida 8,000 years ago.
So this technique of winemaking has been around for 8,000 years, you say?
8,000 years, exactly. And we still use it. For example, in our winery, 1/3 of our production is made in Florida.
Okay, so you have a separate production line for the wines made out of the qvevri?
Yes.
Okay, so this goes underground?
This goes underground. This is just now above the ground to see the shape of the qvevri and how...
So how long does it stay underground, along with the wine?
In the ground, no, but in the ground after fermentation for 6 months.
After fermentation
Yes,
for
but
6
we
months?
have the qvevri room in the winery, and I will also tell you in details the differences between the technology and the stuff like that. Now,
So guys, how do you pick a mulberry out of the tree? So point at the one which is the most pink in color, not the black, not the yellow, but the pink one. Yeah, the pinkish one tastes fantastic.
yeah,
It's so good.
Yeah, I also prefer pinkish because it's more. So this is where we start making wine.
So whatever wine is collected there comes here.
Yes, but
the
we have
juice.
vineyards around the winery, around this village, because it's like really small. It's more for the guests. But we collect grapes in small boxes.
Okay.
Then here we separate damaged grapes and the good grapes. Mostly it's more of a good grape. Just we make sure if it's every grape. So their grape could be good, and then this grapes goes in the bunker, and in the bunker you can see from that side that there are 2 pedals that vibrate, and with this vibration, grapes goes downstairs.
Oh, these vibrators inside.
Yes.
Okay.
And now let's continue inside because it's
Yeah.
better. You can.
After you, please. Go.
You were the first guest who told me that.
Told you what? Told you what?
After you.
Ah, really? So guys, previously we saw how the grapes were transferred on to a big thing. That is just a traditional thing. After the grapes are smashed, so they're collected and brought into this collection bin where you have perforators inside, which vibrates at a high frequency, and the grapes travel down underneath the floor. They are brought in upwards here into this compressing machine, which compresses the grapes under high pressure. Before that, the grapes are actually separated below under the ground into the grapes, actual pulp and the grains. So when this comes here, it gets compressed, it is shunted up and stored in this container, after which it is transferred to the containers, barrels or whatever that you see here after 3 or 4 days in order to increase their flavor and texture. Going down. Guys, remember how I was telling you about the wine getting collected going under the floor? So this is basically under the floor. So this is where the vibrator is, and the wine goes all the way there. A pipe is connected, wine comes down. This is where it gets separated, like our friend mentioned here. And the wine is sent through this pipe up to those huge storage tanks that I showed you earlier. These other things are also fermentation tanks, and currently there is wine inside this. So most of the time they are not able to fill wine completely. So As you know, wine gets oxidized when in contact with oxygen. So they actually pump in nitrogen to prevent that oxidization from happening. So remember, do not keep your wines exposed to oxygen. It gets oxidized, the flavor, texture, everything changes. So when you make it stand on the fridge, I don't think that's a good idea. I mean, I'm not an expert, but as far as I think and as far as I heard, I think when you put it on top, the cork gets too dry and oxygen comes in contact with the wine and the flavor changes. So yeah, let's go to the other side. Let's see the wine storage cellar. All of us.
Yes. So we shape horizontal because you see the cork is natural and it has little pores in it. And when we age for like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, this cork can get dry. So when it becomes dry, the more oxygen will go in the wine and it can get oxidized, or the cork will become spoiled and the wine can have this kind of spoiled or cork aromas, and we don't want it. So when we shape it like it, you see the wine has the contact with the oxygen, so it's always wet, and we just delay the
oxidization process. So basically it's so stiff that the oxygen cannot enter the
It can,
cork.
but really small
Really
amount.
small amount,
But this oxygen is really good for the wine. This kind of small amount of the oxygen is good because yes, the wine gets developed with this kind of oxygen. Yes.
So coming to the last part of winemaking.
Yes, this is the last part already, and as I mentioned, the hygiene is the most important in winemaking. In my opinion, the most important. So we clean the bottles before we fill the bottles with the wine. Then we supply nitrogen to protect wine to get oxidized until we fill the bottles with the wine. I said a little bit complicated sentence, but I think you get the point. Then we make corks, and then it's the label already, and upside down we clean the bottles. Then it gets rotated. Then in this machine that is on the background, we supply this nitrogen. Then here we fill the bottles with the wine. Then here we make corks, and then it goes here, and it shows it goes in this thing, and it will make label here, this thing, and that's it mostly. Yes.
So once labeling is done, it comes out here. You collect it.
Yes, once
right
the label is done, it comes from that side, and you collect it here, and that's what I was saying, that you just need one person to unload the bottles and one to upload the bottles, and yes, that's it. Everything can happen. Everything is automatic. You just need to measure where to put the label and which cork to use and stuff like that. And once you measure, you can turn on, and everything will happen
automatically.
Yes, automatically.
So these are your three different types of wine. One is Manavi barrel, Manavi, and
Savane qvevri.
The qvevri is the one which we do it from underground, from the clay pot.
You know, all of these wines are made from the same grape variety, but there are regulations how can we call the wines. For example, Manavi is the microzone and also protected designation of origin, PDO. In France, people call it AOC. So it's Manavi. It means that when we make Manavis, we have to consider several things. First of all, it has to be made with the 100% grape varieties that we call green. Then this green grape varieties has to be from the microzone Manavi, and it has to be classical, the classical technology, European technology. If we consider, then we can call this wine Manavi. If we make Manavi and then put it in the barrel, then we have to call it Manavi barrel. It has to be mentioned that it's barrel. And if we use grape variety green and make with the Georgian traditional technology, then we can't call this wine Manavi. We have to call it Savane and qvevri. We have to mention that it's qvevri. our winery started production in 2014, and yeah, in 10 years we collected all of this.
Guys, so basically they have two huge walls just of medals of this winery here, and they've won so many awards. Right now, we're gonna go up, try out these wines, and see how good they are. So I'm excited. I'm sommelier in the Giuaani Winery, and we had a great time together. I think we tasted 4 kinds of wine and plus jaja. And subscribe, everyone. Guys, Kate was super helpful, and she took us through everything that this winery has to offer. So in my opinion, I think more than just visiting a winery, it's a whole experience that we have to offer, that they have to offer. So, and we're totally convinced, and this place is worth the try if you're here in Georgia. And once you're here, please ask for her. Okay. So, because she's been super helpful, super nice to all of us, and she gave us more wine as well. So I'm so buzzed right now, I don't even know what I'm talking. So anyway, on to the next one, guys. Ciao. Guys, so this is one of their residences here. So we have a king size bed, and it's a very spacious room, as you can see. Alex, is there something that you have to tell me?
We have also the second like this. This is a double. We have the super two. We have the two flakes and the deluxe.
So if we want to make a reservation, or if we want to book the place for a party, for anything, we can directly give you a call.
Yeah. Okay.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Right?
No problem. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So this room is a double, and in here, for example, for the families is the gift. Then we have also, if you want, for example, extra bed, we can put in here the extra bed for children. Also, if you want like twins, the beds, then we have another rooms. Also, if you don't want like a double, also in the twins, then we can like divorce each other for 2 beds, and also we can put the extra bed also. So we have also in here the mini bars. In these mini bars, we have a refrige, and in the refrige we have some drinks, like the special of this place, the brands. This is.
So guys, this is Alex for you, and I will share Alex's details down in the description. So any of you plan to visit Georgia, or any of you want to come to a winery and stay here for a day or two, get to know the place, the culture, have some amazing food, Alex is your guy. So he'll get everything sorted for you.
Welcome.
We'll work on this. Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you, Alex. So we had an awesome lunch. So guys, the main dish here that you have to try is called the khachapuri. It's like flaky bread, but it has a ton of cheese inside. And there are also other types of khachapuris that you can get in any of these restaurants out here in Georgia. So when you're here, don't forget to try that. So that's it for the wine tour, guys. We're heading back to the hotel now, trying to get a cab from here. Should take us about an hour and a half. So go change up and leave to the next exploration. Anyway, see you all very soon. Bye bye.